and this is a nuanced thing, and I think it's important to be clear about this. This team is one of the greatest teams of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And almost everybody on that roster right now has at least 2 rings. It's an all-time great team. But these things don't end beautifully. They end ugly. That's what happens.
All of them.
That's how they end. They have squeezed every last drop out of this team. And I think part of the way they're going to get some of their juice back is bringing in guys who are hungry.
Yeah.
Younger guys, hungry guys, energetic guys. They need to go find the next guy who's got a Frank Clark attitude, Tyrann Mathieu attitude.
Got some dogs.
Got just dudes, man.
It's that football show here on KC Sports Network where everything sucks and nothing matters. I'm Tucker Franklin, joined as always by Matt Verderame. Thank you to our sponsor, Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon. We are going to need it. Matt, the Chiefs lose 20-10 to the Houston Texans, effectively ending their shot at the playoffs. They technically still have a chance, but really, do they have a chance?
No.
The only question I have to ask you to start the podcast off, Matt, is how in the world did they score 10?
Well, Kareem Hunt carried about 9 guys into the end zone on 4th and 1 at the 2.
Yeah.
When they called the play that made Mahomes look like he might commit a felony on the field against Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know people are probably expecting me to come on here and be really pissed, which they're going to get it. Did the post-game show on my pod. I screamed for 38 minutes straight about how much I basically hate watching this team on a weekly basis. My father, I think, was about to call like a hotline.
988.
Just one of them, something. Put him in a straitjacket. I mean, look, we've kind of said different versions of this, but I guess it probably hits a little harder now that this team is just they're out of the playoffs, barring like some kind of cosmic miracle. Listen.
Yeah.
They got what they deserve tonight. I mean, we're recording this at 1:21 a.m. on a Monday morning, so right. Last night, whatever. I think they got what they deserve. I genuinely feel bad for the defense, which I got to tell you, couldn't have played any better in that game, especially in the third and most of the fourth quarter. Like, I don't know what else you could ask them other than to get a turnover, which apparently is just this team's kryptonite. I think they can never force one. But right. They forced 6 punts in a row. Like they did, and most of them were 3 and outs. I mean, they did everything possible to win the game, and the offense just threw up and pissed all over themselves for most of the evening. So that's fine. We're not going to win. The coaching staff was just a full vomit fest all over the front of their shirts. I mean, Spags notwithstanding, I thought Spags in this game did about all he could do. Like, I don't know, Dave Tobe, like, is he taking a check for this season? If he is he doing it with a ski mask on? Like, what's happening? Andy feels like a 6-year-old playing Madden. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. But, man, I got to tell you, this year, their offense is just – there's nothing. There's no juice. There's no scheme. Yep. There's no marrying of concepts. They're just hitting buttons. What do you think? Single back here? Flood? Sure. What do you think? Strong side? It's offset eye? It's like, guys, there's no, I mean, it's just, it's what it is. And you're playing a Texans team that was really good. Mm-hmm. Esapol went out there and played his ass off at left tackle. Apparently the Chiefs just thought he sucked and cut him. At the end of it, I mean, I all kidding aside, it really brings in questions in my mind of like, who the fuck is evaluating talent on this roster?
It's a great question to have because he might legit be the second best tackle that they have.
Who in God's name looked at that guy and was like, yeah, he sucks? Danielle Hunter had 1 pressure in that game, and it took over 4 seconds to get it.
Yeah.
And they were like leaving him on an island most of the night, and he just was fine. Fine. If Josh Simmons played that game, you'd be like, damn, great job by Josh Simmons. Like, they cut that guy. And then thank God, so did the Jets.
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs and the Jets basically evaluate. It's the same level of talent, I guess.
Well, look, the Chiefs had to give him a 6-rounder for Derek Nottie. They had to do that.
That is true. And also gave a pick for Hardman last year.
Hardman, yeah. God.
Just fleecing the Chiefs left and right.
They really are.
Noel Williams, notwithstanding one of the worst fucking defensive holding calls I've ever seen in my life. Like, guy played great.
Yeah.
They have not been able to figure out how to get him on the field. Just can't do it. And the second McDuffie comes back, they'll just never put him on the field again. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, Mike Edwards is out there running a 12.140, and like, people have crawled faster than Mike Edwards can run. And they have Jaden Hicks. Nope, never going to play him. Just, It's fine. Got Mike Edwards.
Right.
Mike Edwards. Who wasn't on the team most of the year. There's like, fuck it. Play him. Okay, great.
Yeah.
It really calls into question, who is evaluating this team? Is it Brett? Is it Andy? Like, what's going on? Because it's piss poor evaluation. I'm like, listen, it was not a great night for Brett Veach when you're watching this team, and Noah Gray can't catch a pass, nor can he block anybody.
Right.
He's on a 3-year, $18 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Dana is a hood ornament every snap, and he's on a 3-year, $21 million contract. They brought back Charles Menahu, who can't do anything. I mean, literally does nothing every play.
Yep.
Juwan Taylor wasn't out there tonight, but he's 4-80. I don't think anybody's saying that's a great deal. At the risk of pissing off Mizzou fans, Nick Bolton 3-45 is just an embarrassment.
Who's his agent? Because I need Nick Bolton's agent for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, look, man, like, I don't know. That was one of the main thoughts I had watching that game. It was like, the personnel evaluation is just not good. Their drafts are mostly fine, but like, their evaluation of their roster is just, and I think there's a common theme. A lot of it is just, they are beholden to guys who have just been there.
For sure. They value consistency. They do.
They just value like experience, but to a point of insanity. Like,
correct.
I mean, yeah, I like my Jeep, but if the fucking thing's got a broken axle and no engine, like, who the fuck cares? Get a new damn car. Like, I mean, Mike Edwards at this point, if he was a car, has one tire and a door missing, and the Chiefs are like, hey, but I know that car.
Right.
That's my car. It's great. Well, it sucks. I mean, but okay, like, it can't run anymore, which literally in this case is the problem. He can't run anymore. I don't. You're going to tell me that Jaden Hicks isn't better than that guy? Are you kidding me? I mean, Leo Chenal just can't get on the field because they got to display Nick Bolton 100% of the snaps. Like, I'm not saying bench Nick Bolton, but like, Jesus, God in heaven, play him 80% of them, something. Like, I don't know. It's, Juju, they just can't get him off the field. Like,
but he knows the system.
I'm not kidding. I don't have the game log in front. Has Juju caught more than 2 passes in a game in the last 2 months?
Let me pull that up really quick.
When is the last time he's caught more than 2 passes in a game? It's got to be 2 months ago.
I mean, man, yeah.
He never does anything.
No, he doesn't.
And they're like, yeah, but you know what, though? Damn, he looks sweet running that slant route that he's never going to get open on. Looks awesome.
Last time he caught 2 passes in the game was October 27th against the Commanders. You were at that game. 2 catches for 29 yards.
This last time he had more than 2 catches.
Against the Raiders the week before. But
So
that's Raiders. Not counting Raiders, it was the Lions the week before that in October.
Adjusted for Raiders.
Right.
I mean, but like we're like 2 months ago.
Oh yeah,
2 months ago, and they're just like, that's fine. Him every down. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what we're even talking about. It's stink. Like, forget that they stink. Forget, like, the biggest concern I have moving forward is not about a lack of talent, because, like, I don't think offensively, I don't think it's a massive lack of talent.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they need a better back. They need probably another, like, second or third receiver. Like, that's normal stuff. Like, that's not like, oh my God. Now, defensively, we can have a different conversation.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, it scares the shit out of me the way this team evaluates players. And I'm talking from the front office to the coaching staff. Like, you watched Wanye Morris and Essa Pole in practice every day and came with the conclusion, like, don't need that guy. We've got Wanye. Okay. It's great. It's a great job. That's it. Also, too, for the love of God, get Mike Caliendo off the team.
Yeah. He's tough.
Oh, my God.
Tough.
Like anyone else, man. Play Hunter Norzat. If he sucks, okay. He's Mike Caliendo then. Like,
right.
And
what would trust you to think that he does suck, right? Because of what we're talking about with Esapole here. He came in and he arguably played better than what Wanya Moore showed last week when he was playing left tackle. And what would make you think that, what would give you the confidence that, like, they are making the right choice, right, when it comes to Hunter Norzat? You know, like, put Hunter Norzat out there, see what it is.
Guy's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. I understand the people who are like, well, you know, the experience guy. If the guy stinks, who cares?
Yeah.
What good is it? I mean, I want to know something. Look, you know what? I'm 37. If I take the whole off season and I learn the system inside and out, and I show up to St. Joe, if I can get them to believe I know the system.
Yeah.
I know I'm 37 coming off back surgery, but I got to tell you, I think I got a shot.
Like, that hasn't stopped them before, I don't think.
No, I think they'd be like, listen, this guy Verderame, he runs like a 6'4", 40. And he, you know, look, he's gone soft in the middle, and he's got occasional sciatica. The back's still, but you know what?
You and LeBron, man.
Yeah, Amelia, we're the same. Hey, you know what though? This guy, fucking, like, he understands what to do. Cover two, buzz out to the flat. Like, let's play him. I don't get it. I don't understand. Watching that game, like, playing Isaiah Pacheco is an act of terrorism at this point. Like, he can't run.
Yeah.
They had a hole the size of Texas for him, and he slammed right into Travis Kelce's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, just full speed. Like, didn't see the hole, and it was like, that's cool, and just hammered into Kelce. You know, like,
it looked like the butt fumble. It really did.
I don't even know where you go with this. Like, what do you do? And meanwhile, like, the third back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's just, and that's what I mean too.
There's
like,
7 running backs on the roster, Matt, and they all fucking suck.
The only guy who brings any value is Hunt, because he can at least run short yardage. Yeah. That's it, right? Like, if they have him as a short yardage back, the problem is he's not the short yardage back. He's their fucking running back, because they just have nothing else. Do you know how many 20+ yard runs they have in the running back room this year?
Maybe 2.
2.
Okay.
2. It's just
ridiculous.
It's a joke. Like, there are teams that have that in like a half.
Yeah.
They have 2. They can't do anything. They block it up, they scheme it up, and nobody can hit a hole. Nobody's any agility. And like, watching that game against Houston, it's just, I got to be honest. They got down 17-10. This game's over. They're not scoring. They can't score a point. They can't get the midfield. They suck.
Oh, you're talking like after they went for it on fourth down.
31-yard line?
Yeah. Oh, after that happened, I was like, there's no way that they can come back from this, because their offense can't move the ball. No. And they decided that after I talked about this on the postgame show. I literally just got done explaining to Tara about like what a field position game is. Of like, okay, they're probably going to play field position now because the Texans had just punted at that point. I was like, all right, if the Chiefs can move the ball a little bit but can't get anything going, they're going to be able to pin the Texans deep. And how their defense is playing, you probably trust the defense. And then Andy Reid goes out and goes for it from like the 31. And I'm like, trying to explain that. I'm just like, you know, that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense why you would do that there, to then automatically give them the ball in field goal range. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then puts the defense in an impossible position for them to go down and give them the touchdown. And really, when you look at it too, from the Chiefs' point of view, the Texans were kind of, I'm going to say, gifted in air quotes the Texans were gifted both of their touchdowns. That last one we were just talking about with Andy Reid there with that fourth down that was gifted to them on a short field. There was that one with the just absolutely horrendous. What was that? Was it a defensive holding or was it a illegal or whatever it was to give him a first down? There was a really bad pass interference or whatever it was. Horrible hold there. And that led them to a touchdown too. So both of those were like given. I'm saying that in air quotes. Given to the Texans offense. The Texans offense couldn't do jack shit all day. But Andy Reid decided he was going to help the Texans offense with that. That fourth down decision was, for me, Matt, like that was what I will go back to as the moment that I lost faith in this year. Like I still thought there were some ways that they were like, when it was tied, I was like, man, they might be able to get this done. Like they might be able to sneak this one out, stay alive. The Colts just lost Daniel Jones. Are they going to be able to like sneak in the playoffs with like the Colts are going to be sliding? Are they going to be able to sneak in here? Then they go for it on fourth down there. And that's also, I feel like that's when the wind left the sails. That's when I was fully deflated of like, back of the head. I was just after the bye, they look like shit after the Broncos. You're like, I couldn't shake the feeling of like it looking really bad. Obviously, they drop a few more games after that, right? The only game they won was against the Colts. And then who knows? Daniel Jones is now out. So too, that doesn't look like that great of a win anymore. So that doubt was increasing, and the wind finally left the sails. I think you can point to that play specifically. That's when the Chiefs lost their chance at the playoffs, was that decision, that play call. And I think there needs to be something serious about this, about the scheme, about this offense, and about how everything is funneled down to Patrick Mahomes. You already talked about this on the fourth down in the red zone. He looked like he hated the play call on a shotgun run. I don't blame him. To Kareem Hunt on fourth down and 1 from the 2, I would have hated that play call too. There's so much that needs to be evaluated with this team. You talk about like the roster evaluation. There needs to be some evaluation from what the hell's going on with this offensive scheme. It is flat. The guys seem like, and again, this isn't me being on the field and being like around them, right? It appears, just to me watching on TV, these guys have zero intensity, zero juice. Like leading up into this game, Matt, I don't know if you're watching like Football Night in America, watching the pregame warm-ups, you're like, it's one of those things where it's like, you wouldn't have known that this was a do or die game for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's a problem. Like, I understand that like there's a part of Andy Reid that wants to be Mr. Consistent. You're never going to know how high or how low we are, but you're going to need to show some highs. They needed to show some fucking highs, and they didn't.
I mean, they showed a shot. NBC showed a shot of Kelsey. I think it was the second quarter, but I believe it was first half for sure. On the bench, like leaning back against the bench.
Yeah.
Kind of looking like he was going to sleep, like he was Biden or Trump in a cabinet meeting, like right. Just like I had time for a nap.
Yeah,
and you're like, are you all right? Like, and listen, Travis Kelce's got a fistful of Super Bowl rings. He's one of the greatest players in Chiefs history. But like, they need you to be a leader, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in that moment, and I thought it was kind of fitting that the season completely ended on a throw to him that just went through his hands and he lost it, where it was. And not because Kelsey was involved, but just like the ball was lost and the season was lost. Like, it just symbolized a lost season for that team.
Yeah.
Just beating themselves. Like, here we go. How else can we lose this fucking game? Hey, we didn't take penalties, but we turned it over 3 times. Like, it's just at some point, you do have to look within. And I think, not to get philosophical, but like in life, that's a lot of times the hardest thing to do. Is like, look at yourself and make an honest assessment. It's like me. I'm saying, why can't I lose those pesky 10 pounds? Well, because you bought apple cinnamon Cheerios, you fucking asshole. Like, that's why.
Right.
You didn't have to, but you did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's like those 10 pounds, bang, here for life, because I can't make a good decision and self-evaluate. The Chiefs, at some point during the season, had to look at themselves. Maybe it was the bye week, maybe it was some other week in the year, and say, okay, look, we've got to develop more of an under center game because we're good at running the ball that way.
Right.
We've got to marry that to some kind of an under center under center passing game. They've never bothered to do that. We need to get Worthy and Rice open on these intermediate routes. We should be killing teams with this stuff. This isn't hard. Like, there's a million ways to do it. What are we not doing? What should we be installing here? What should we be trying to accomplish? They just never do it.
Right.
Like, they don't, nothing changes. And to your point about the intensity, other than Mahomes on offense, they look better than hell the entire game. Like,
Right. It's so flat.
Rice looked like he was ready to basically just like go to bed. I mean, and he played like it.
Yeah.
Kelsey, we already covered. Pacheco, I'm not going to say he didn't play hard, but like he plays like he's blind. I've never seen anybody in my life. He just never sees a hole ever. It's like, I don't know, where am I going? Pacheco runs, like, have you ever played bubble hockey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just on one track and they can't move. That's Pacheco running the football. It's like, hey, a step or two to the left or right, like you might go the distance. Yeah, or fuck that. I can just slam up into somebody's ass for 4 yards. All right, that's fine. Noah Gray, like, nothing. They don't even look mad and they make a mistake.
No.
It's just like, oh, look at that. Dropped another one. I don't know. Like, all right. No, you're going to go home. You're going to get your ass beat. You're going to go home. And I thought the only guy in that game, two guys that really looked like they gave a shit were Mahomes and Chris Jones.
Yeah. They're the only two that played like it.
Chris Jones, the first possession of the third quarter was one of the most dominant possessions I've ever seen in my life from a defensive tackle.
Right.
But it just doesn't matter. They just can't function. They can't do anything. And my biggest concern moving forward is like, are they really going to self-evaluate? Or is this just going to be one of these, like, oh, it's a weird year. Nothing you can do about that.
Yep.
Because my biggest concern is they're just going to roll it on back with this coaching staff, and they're just going to keep the same guys. And like we talked off the air, I'll send this volley over the net. I got to tell you, like the Andy Reid stuff, like in terms of him being fired, is insane. He's not getting fired.
Right.
I am not a big fire a coach guy. I just think a lot of times it's like that's like the scapegoatish thing to say, and like no, because it's like you can't really like prove it. And I'd fire Matt Nagy.
Yeah,
he's been the offensive coordinator now for 3 years, and the offense has sucked in all three of them.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's a coincidence. And you can't sit there and go, "Well, Tyreek Hill." No, Bieniemy was there in 2022 when they didn't have Tyreek Hill, and Mahomes threw for 5,200 yards.
Right.
Like. They didn't have great receivers that year. It was Juju and MVS and Justin Watson. And fucking, Sky Moore. Like, and McCole Hardman. And Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
He threw for 5,200 yards with that team. I understand he had Travis Kelce. I get it. But Kelsey's still a pretty good player, and they have Rashee Rice in this team. You're going to tell me that the current weapons aren't better than that group of weapons? It sure as hell is a better offensive line. They can't do anything. They can't function.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, like, at some point, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Like, the last 2 years, they've been 15th in points. And this year, they're trending toward it again. Like, Matt Nagy's part of the problem. I don't think he's the play caller or not. But, like, he's in charge of getting the playbook set up and installed and getting the game plan installed and handling the details throughout the week.
Right.
This team look like a team that's big on details to you? Like, I got to tell you, I don't say it lightly because I know what it means. I know it's a man losing his job and a family moving it. I would fire him. And I would tell Dave Tobe that if they don't change the personnel out on that special teams unit, he's also walking.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, every week, they're at a disadvantage with that special teams unit.
Yeah.
Butker can't hit. Butker's to the point he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. I mean, it's the field goal he hit, he barely hit it. Every other game, he's a disaster. They haven't had one meaningful return, punt or kick, the entire season.
Oh, no. Not even close.
They don't block. Like, they're always fair catching the ball. They can't do shit. Like, nobody's blocked. It's just, I mean, the only thing they've done on special teams this year, the only thing is punting.
Yep.
They suck at everything else. They suck. They don't get a return. They don't cover kicks well. They stink. And it's the same guys. By the way, I appreciated Mike Edwards on the punt return team this week.
Yeah.
Guy runs like he's got 2 broken ankles in concrete. And they're like, hey, what do you think? Him as a gunner?
Yep. Mm.
I mean.
Well, he knows the system, Matt.
Hell yeah, he knows the fucking system.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the first order of business for Brett Veach, who, by the way, also has to look in the mirror with this team right now.
I think, yeah.
The first order of business for this team is to get rid of these guys that Tobe and Andy and Spags just have a fetish for that have no business being on the field. Mm-hmm. Do not allow them to play these guys by getting rid of them. Okay, and one of them Veach deserves blame for because Noddy, I mean, God almighty.
Yeah, that's a brutal one. That's going to be a...
God's name, man.
Yeah.
But like, Noddy, at this point, he's been a good player, but at this point, tranquil. Edwards.
Yeah.
I mean, Jawan Taylor at this rate, like, all these dudes, Pacheco, maybe Noah Gray, certainly Juju. Like, it's time, bro. It's time. It's over. Mike Dana, Amenahu. Any of those guys are in a Chiefs jersey next year, there should be a federal investigation. Any of them.
Amenahu especially. He should not be.
My God, man. Amenahu had the audacity to be bitching during the offseason. Hey, I'm going to show everybody. Show them what? That you should be retired? That nobody should sign you? What are you going to show? And then, look, I think there becomes a real obvious question, too. Like, I don't think you can pay Rice and McDuffie.
No, so, yeah. I'm 100% there with you now.
And
yeah.
I think I would trade McDuffie.
Yeah, I wasn't there. If you would have asked me this question 3 days ago, I would have said I would have kept Trent McDuffie because I think keeping good football players on your team is a good practice, right?
Yes.
I generally think that's my thought process there. But this team doesn't have any assets. Like, they have 6 picks going into next year.
They stink. It's a joke.
And they have a coaching staff that you have questions about. They've got a roster on a defensive side of the ball that has a very big talent gap. They need assets. They need cap relief because they've signed some pretty horrid contracts to some pretty mid players. And they find themselves right now in a really tough position where the future of the franchise is really going to be placed upon. Well, this offseason is probably going to tell us a lot of stuff that's going to go on with this team. I don't want to be too dramatic about what this offseason means, but it's going to be a pretty paramount offseason. You can't cut Butker for 2 more years. Like, Butker's essentially uncuttable for 2 years. He's going to be there. Chris Jones, I know that there's been some people talking about Chris Jones. He played a really good game today.
Chris Jones is the least of that team's problems.
100%. He's got a $45 million cap hit next year, which is going to be a pretty hefty cap hit. That's pretty big for a guy who's going to be 32, I think, is what he's going to be. That'll be interesting. That contract, you're gonna have to play that one out. The Taylor one you can cut. Like, you can get rid of that. The Tranquil one you can cut. The Dana one you can cut. You can cut a lot of bait. You're gonna have to restructure the Mahomes one. They've got to figure it out. And maybe here's the thing: is like Mahomes needs to throw his weight around a little bit. He needs to be like, hey,
that's a great point.
I think this is Mahomes gonna be like, hey, we gotta figure some shit out. Let's get my old buddy Cliff Kingsbury in here, right? If you want to fire Matt Nagy, let's get somebody guy that I'm comfortable with in here with an offense. Do I think that'll happen? No, I don't know what the answer is at offensive coordinator. I am with you on like, hey, you probably need to make a change somewhere to get a different voice. Do I know where that voice comes from? No, but I don't know. I also don't know if Cliff Kingsbury would take a what would be considered an adjacent move, a lateral move, right? It's all. I think there's a lot riding on this offseason, especially when you talk about this team likely to miss the playoffs, and they're going to go into a year where they've got to have some real deep soul searching. And if they don't, that's a problem. And if they don't, like you mentioned, if they just are like, oh yeah, it's a fluke year, let's just keep running it back, keep doing the same thing that we're doing, that's insanity.
Roster because they can't.
Right. Yeah.
But you brought up a great point that I think needs to be addressed further. Listen, Mahomes has gotten to a point in his career where he's got every right to go into Brett Veach's office and
Yeah.
sit down and be like, you and I are going to have a conversation. Because we're going to do this, this, and this, and we're doing it my way. Like, I'm done with this shit. And you know what? I got to be honest. I felt that way watching the game tonight when you're sitting there, and like you said, multiple times they're calling these plays, and he looked like he was like, what are you?
It's the first time I think I've ever seen him do that.
I mean, he just was like, you could see in his face, he's like, oh my, why?
Yeah.
But I'm to the point, buddy, then you know what? You've got enough latitude. Walk in the huddle and be like, fuck that. Here's what we're running. Mm-hmm. I don't care. What is Andy going to do? He's going to bench you?
Right.
Like,
right.
What the fuck is he going to do about it? You know?
Yeah.
Andy Reid runs one Arrowhead Drive. I got to tell you, if Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid get into a power struggle, I know who's staying. So, I mean, at some point here, I do think he's got to do that. And I know it's probably not in his nature the way he is, but the guy cares about winning. He really cares. And like at some point, you might have to make some power moves if you're Mahomes. You might have to do it. It's not going to be easy. You know, you mentioned they have 6 picks. Their draft picks are their first 4 rounds. They have all their picks, and then they have 2 in the 5th. Like, I don't know. If you could trade McDuffie for a first and a third, I got to be honest. And I'm normally with you, man. Like, I normally hate doing that stuff.
Yeah.
If he wants $30 million a year, bro, he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm not paying a slot corner $30 million a year. And as great as he is, like, he doesn't want to be in the slot. He wants to play outside. And I got to tell you, he's a great slot corner. He's a good boundary corner.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a great boundary corner. He's a good boundary corner. And I'd rather pay Watson a third of the money and then force Spags into playing Noel Williams.
Yeah, right.
And go get a slot corner who's just like, fine.
They've shown the ability to develop corners in like secondary
with Dave Merritt. Like, I would give him no choice but to play. Like, I would. So I know Cook is kind of a guy who like people have different opinions on. I would bring back Cook. I'd bring back Watson. I would trade McDuffie. And I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't add another meaningful safety to that team. I'd be, you're playing Jaden Hicks. I don't care. That's what you're doing. You're playing him. Or if Spags really is like, no, I'm not. I'm playing Connor there. Great. Fine. Got him out of corner. Fantastic. Like, awesome.
Yeah, he's actually been pretty decent at safety.
He's fine at safety. He's just a terrible slot guy.
Right.
And you have Roland Wallace or whatever that's for. I don't know if that's like an answer or not, but it's
true.
I think this offseason has to be about finding a dynamic running back and, oh my God, a pass rusher. Anyone alive, not named Chris Jones, who can win one-on-one. Like, Karlaftis in this game was fine. He was good. But, like, that's the thing about Karlaftis. He's fine. Like, you hate him with a passion.
Well, here's the thing about this offensive line, though. This offensive line sucks. Like, the Texans' offensive line is not good.
Right. No, I agree 100% with you. I agree. But, like, I guess my point is, like, if Karlaftis is going to have, like, 8 sacks and 20 quarterback hits a year, like, fine. But then you need a third guy in that line that can also, like, even if you found somebody like who's also Karlaftis, right? Like, you just brought in a guy who says, hey, man, 8 sacks a year. Okay, fine. Like, if I have another guy like that and it's those two and Jones, okay, like, that's a workable pass rush, especially with how they blitz. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a great pass rush, but, like, it's league average. Like, it's fine. The problem right now is this isn't league average. This is a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And you're just watching this game after game after game. Like, I think if you're Brett Veach, you got to kind of force this coaching staff's hands. Like, bring in a coverage backer and basically just that's who replaces Tranquil. You just force them into doing it. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. I don't care. This is who's on the team. This is who you're playing. It's kind of like the Moneyball movie where, like, Billy Beane just started trading everybody that Art Howe liked.
Uh-huh.
And, like, I'm an A's fan. I lived through that. That really happened. Like, I can promise you, when they traded Carlos Pena, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they did it because they were so sick and tired of playing Carlos Pena at first base. They're like, I don't care. We're getting rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I'd argue the best team this team's ever had is the 2022 Chiefs. That team had 6 rookies on defense because they had no other choice. I really think, like, if you want to play a running back next year, a rookie running back,
Mm.
You need to get rid of Pacheco and get rid of Clyde.
Get rid
Maybe get rid of Hunt. And like, that is the only fucking way Andy's playing him. That's it. Like, just, hey, man, he's the only running back we're keeping on the 53-man roster. Here you go.
Yeah. Well, there's clearly a disconnect because the front office brings in Joshua Uche and he doesn't even see the field. Like, there's clearly a disconnect of what's going on, and like that didn't happen this year, right? Because they didn't make a trade at the deadline because
They didn't bother.
Right. they were fine. That is, yeah. There's a lot that goes into this, and that we're probably gonna have a lot of discussions about too, leading into this, and with this Texans game, just I think magnified a lot of our already existing worries about this team and the frustrations that we already had. This is the same shit over and over again, right, Matt? We've talked about this before on the podcast of like this game. The games that we talk about every time they lose, we hop on here. We talk about they're losing these games the same ways. They didn't have as many penalties in this game as they usually do in their losses, but still, I mean, they made some boneheaded decisions when it came to fourth downs. They made some really bad play calls. They just had some inopportune things that just haven't bounced their way, and that's really what this game came down to. I think there needs to be a conversation about Patrick Mahomes, because there's going to be people who look at this game, look at his stat line, and say Patrick Mahomes played bad, but he didn't. But we need to take a break because it's been 35 minutes and we haven't taken a break yet. And I looked up at the clock and was like, oh my goodness, haven't taken a timeout. I'm like early Andy Reid with my clock management right now.
I'm good.
It's not good. We got to take a break. On the other side, we're going to talk a little bit about Mahomes and what all else happened in the NFL on Sunday. Don't go to her. We'll see you after this. Chiefs.
Just a short drive from Kansas City. Experience the history, the heritage, and the bourbon at Holiday Distillery. Tour Missouri's oldest distillery, where real Missouri bourbon is made the old-fashioned way. Walk the grounds, taste the tradition, and take home a bottle of something special. Make the trip, sip the story. Holiday Distillery, Weston, Missouri. Book your tour at holidaydistillery.com.
Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live in your state. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more, all from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day. The tailgates, the noise, the passion. Now with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, no nonsense, just pure action powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KCSN. New Missouri customers bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KCSN. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
My name is Terrell Jolly. A lot of people call me TJ, founder and CEO of Integrity Capital Management. So Integrity Capital Management originally started out as a property management firm, but we slowly transitioned to what is described as an incremental development firm that's focused on situational housing. I know most people say affordable, but we believe in creating housing for people that are actually in need and built to the end user. I believe everyone needs a home because when you have home, you have hope. The reality is that when you're building a business, one thing you don't think about is like what a true banking relationship means. And, I had the honor and privilege of meeting Debbie early on in my career when I was just trying to get going. And as a small business, it's really challenging at times because people don't understand the concept or not believe the longevity because you're just getting started. But Debbie was willing to take a chance on me, be patient with me. I almost look at it like a grassroots initiative. She's seen and believe what I'm about. Anybody that's really true about their business and want to get some things done, I would definitely trust hands down Emprise because Deb's team, along with Aaron and Jackie and all the amazing people that work behind the scenes, even from the treasury side, I would say, hey, give them an opportunity, because you won't be disappointed, and you will actually be in hands that actually somebody care and that will see you from start to finish.
Matt, there's going to be some people out there who look at Patrick Mahomes' stat line in this game and they'll see, well, that's not right. 14 of 33 for 160 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's a 42% completion percentage, and I believe his career low in passer rating, 19.8. He also was the Chiefs' leading rusher as well, with 7 carries for 59 yards. So that's always great to see. There will be people who look at that stat line and say, like, wow, Patrick Mahomes was really bad in this game, and he's probably the reason that they only scored 10 points, and the only reason that this game was 20-10. And that's how you will know that people did not watch this football game.
Listen, you look at the box score says Mahomes played the worst game of his life.
Yes.
Mahomes was the only reason that team even had a remote shot in hell of doing anything on offense. I mean, the rest of that team, it was like a hostage negotiation, watching that team try to move down the field.
He had active terrorists playing with him.
I said to my father during the game, if it comes out that they're point shaving, like it would be like, well, sure.
That tracks, actually. Yeah, we understand.
That explains what
we feel better about this.
Like at one point, I was expecting Kelsey to like go over to somebody on the sideline and be like, all right, listen, what is the live line? Is it like plus 8.5? Because we can make that happen.
We can get it there.
Like, wait till you see what I've got up in store next. I mean, they did everything but just like grab Houston's hands and just go skipping into the end zone. I mean, that was about all that was left.
Right.
Their own end zone. Look, I thought Mahomes in that game, he wasn't perfect. Like the first 2 picks were on him.
Sure. Yeah.
I thought he played terrific. I really did. Like, I know that sounds weird about saying that, but when a guy throws for, he has 2 picks and he had 3 picks, but 2 of them were on him. The other one was a donation from Kelsey, who might have had the under in that game. Look, I think Mahomes leading the team in rushing tells you everything you got to know. Like, he just was out there fighting his ass off, and they don't do shit. They can't get open. They drop every ball thrown at him. That touchdown throw to Thornton was gorgeous. And, like, listen, nice play by the DB. I think it was Lassiter. But, like, the ball's in your hands.
Yeah.
Like, instead of body catching it, catch it with your fucking hands, and it's a touchdown. Like, and look, it's a hard play for Thornton. I'm not saying, like, of all the things that happened in that game, that's far from the most egregious. Like, I'm not. But it's just part of it, right? Like, how many times, balls in Hunt's hands, Kelsey's hands, Rice's hands, Gray's hands, can't catch.
Right.
Just drops after drops upon drop. I mean, hey, man.
I believe this was the most drops in a Mahomes game, too, by the way.
Somebody said it was officially 6 drops, which would be the most.
6 is generous. I mean, not generous. It's like very low.
Like, I thought there were 9 or 10 balls that, like, hit them in the hands.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It does make you wonder, genuinely, like, this isn't just a bad season. It's an embarrassing season. I think there's a difference. Like, the year like 2023, now they somehow won the Super Bowl with that team. But like, if they had let's just say they lost in Buffalo that year.
Mm-hmm.
By their standards, that's a bad year. But like, it's not an embarrassing year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
You had in the playoffs, won a game. Like, it's not embarrassing. This is a fucking embarrassment of a year. You are 6-7. And you're just handing games away. And so, I don't even know what the hell that is, but I know the kids are crazy about saying that. Well, sure.
6-7. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell it means.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm old and I'm scared. I feel so in the way. But in any event, I think, you look at the season and you go, yeah, we lost a lot of those games and just kind of gave them away. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it was self-inflicted bullshit, whether it was the coaches or the players or both. And I wonder if you're Mahomes in an honest moment, like an honest, genuine, quiet, you're driving home from the game moment. I know he's going to say all the right things at the presser because, like,
right.
That's who he is, and that's what he does. And he should. But I do wonder if privately he basically is saying some version of fuck this team.
Yeah.
I'm tired of dealing with this shit.
Wouldn't blame him.
You know, our defense is limited, but like they're doing enough. They're doing enough to win these games. And we just suck, man. We're dropping the ball. We're screwing up different, schematic things, play game in and game out. Our kicking game's a disaster. I mean, I'll ask you, look, we haven't even talked about it. Butker missing that field goal. Like, how much different is that game if they're winning 13-10?
Yeah.
On those fourth downs in their own territory.
Yeah.
Not going for it then.
No, not at all.
But he can't hit a damn field goal. He's stunk all year. He's been bullshit at every turn, whether it's been kicking a field goal, whether it's been kicking the ball out of bounds, whether it's been missing the landing zone, whether it's missing extra points. I mean, he's killing them.
Yeah.
Performance just stunk.
Did you think when he stepped up there, did you think he was going to miss it? Because when he lined it up, I said, oh, he's missing this.
Which kick?
The one he missed.
No, I thought he was going to hit it. But it just, it just, he can't hit it. He's been awful. Let's just be honest. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I think he'd agree with it. He's been awful.
Yeah.
He's been awful this year. You think about the amount of games they've lost that he's had a direct hand in this season.
Every single one, right?
My God, almost every loss they've had, he's done some ridiculous crap that's cost them. Like, I'm not going to kill him for the Eagles game because that was like a 58-yard field goal. Like, the Chargers game, he misses an extra point. Jacksonville, he kicks the ball out of bounds, gives them the 40 when they're trying to come down and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
On down the line, the Denver game, he misses an extra point.
Yep.
He kicks the ball short of the landing zone. Come on, man. You're the highest paid kicker in the NFL. Like, you got to do something. And look, I'm not just putting this on Harrison Butker. It is emblematic of this entire team this year. It is emblematic of the coaching staff not utilizing the players correctly. It is emblematic of just this constant laissez-faire approach to the game. Like, hey, whatever. I don't know. Look at that. Another penalty. I don't know. Can't fix that. Oh, same damn guy can't line up. What are you going to do? They have an arrogance about them sometimes that while it might be earned, it is also killing them. And they just they never change. It's the definition of insanity. And I truly believe the offseason, it's on Veach, man. Because if they bring back a lot of these guys, nothing's changing. Nothing. They will coach them the same way. They'll use them the same way. And we're going to be sitting here watching them do the same crap again and again and again and again and again.
And that's the definition of insanity. And that is the one thing is I pulled up Harrison Butker's game logs and I'm looking at the losses the Chiefs have had, as you mentioned. And they missed an extra point against the Chargers. He did miss a field goal against Philly, as you mentioned, it was from 50 plus. But he did hit one from 50 plus. So he's one of two from 50 plus against they won that game against the Giants. Against Jacksonville, he didn't kick a field goal, made all of his extra points, but he did have the kick out of bounds in that one. Next loss against Buffalo. Looks like he didn't make a mistake in that one, so that's good. The Denver one, he misses the extra point. The win in against Indianapolis, he was fine, but then against Dallas, doesn't attempt a field goal, makes all of his extra points. It's been probably, so there's what would we say, 2 games out of all their losses where he didn't miss a field goal or an extra point.
And which games were the
Buffalo and Dallas? Did he do something against Dallas that I missed off the top of my head?
No, I think that's
so. It's only Buffalo and Dallas are the 2 games where he hasn't done anything in a loss to help directly impact the final score of the game. So that's good.
Yeah. So the other 5 he's just been directly involved in. Like,
right.
It's just unbelievable. Like, they've had 4 games where they've taken 10 plus penalties and lost.
Awesome. One of them was not tonight, in which they had 3 turnovers. I mean, they're a disaster.
They make every conceivable mistake they can make. But again, and look, this goes back to your point about not having fire, right? Like,
there's nothing there, man.
I mean,
nothing.
You watch the games and it's just comatose. Every game there, other than Mahomes and Jones and like occasionally like one other guy besides to like make like an appearance, like a guest starring role.
Yeah.
I too give a shit. Like, oh, hey, you know, you watch these games. And I got to tell you, like, I mean, it's another reason why I'd move off of Nagy.
Mm.
I'm not a whole big guy. I'm like, play the hits. Cause a lot of times, man, the hits were, good for a moment and then they're just, they're in the past or they're in the ether, right? I don't know. Like maybe it's grasping at straws. If you'd come back to every hire be enemy?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I don't know. I don't think I necessarily even would, but I'll say one thing. There'd be some juice.
Yeah. He's at a running back coach position right now with the Chicago Bears, which would be technically a step up for him in role.
And I'm not saying that's the answer. I didn't think I would do that. I just think you need some juice. And they just look, and I think the one way they can get it is by changing out a lot of the personnel on the team.
Yeah.
Because listen, and this is a nuanced thing, and I think it's important to be clear about this. This team is one of the greatest teams of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And almost everybody on that roster right now has at least 2 rings. Like,
yeah.
It's an all-time great team. But these things don't end beautifully. They end ugly. That's what happens.
All of them.
That's how they end.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you want to go through it? I'll give it to you. The Packers, Lombardi retired. Phil Bankston came in. They didn't go to the Super Bowl for 29 years.
Mm.
That team fell apart slowly. That's what happened. The 70s Steelers, they got old fast. And that was it. They weren't relevant again for a decade. The 80s Niners, Montana almost got killed on the field by Leonard Marshall. And they did win one more with Young, but kind of, started a slow fade. The Cowboys, they won 3 out of 4. They got Barry Switzer in there and fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Patriots, like the first one, they went 10 years without winning another one. And then they had another run, and then Brady, they lost to Logan Ryan and Ryan Tannehill. Like, it's ugly. And you're seeing is ugly. Like, they have squeezed every last drop out of this team. And I think part of the way they're going to get some of their juice back is bringing in guys who are hungry.
Yeah.
Younger guys, hungry guys, energetic guys. They need to go find the next guy who's got a Frank Clark attitude, Tyrann Mathieu attitude.
Got some dogs.
Got just dudes, man. Like guys who were like Travis Kelce 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Guys were like, I'm not accepting this. This sucks. We got to play better now. And they have a few of those guys, but they don't have enough of them. And they got to find it.
Yeah.
And some of these other guys who are younger stars on this team have to step up and become it. I want to see Creed Humphrey yelling at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Trey Smith with some fire in his belly. I want to see Nick Bolton, who, like, look, say whatever you want about him. He's the captain of their defense. Like, get in somebody's face, man. I don't care. Like, Carl Loftus, look, come on. Like, you guys are the next wave on this team, and some of those guys are more talented than others. But, like, and even guys like, I know people out there like, Bolton, Carl Loftus, they're 2-time champs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got gravitas on that team. Like, say something. Do something.
Yeah.
Come on. Brian Cook's another one. Like, hey, man, you got rings. Like, you're there. Like, you can do, like, it always felt like in past years when somebody had to say something, there were a multitude of guys. There's not anymore.
Nope. 100%.
Clark would do it, Matt. Justin Reed would do it.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are gone, man. And the guys that aren't gone, they're just old and kind of fat cats. And it's like, yeah, hey, man, love to win, but also like whatever. I mean, Kelsey can't even be bothered to talk after the damn game. Probably saving it up for new heights.
Right.
Like, she writes after the game, can't be bothered. Where the hell are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? What are you doing? Like, I don't know. They need some dogs, man. They need some guys on that team, to borrow the phrase from Tyrann Mathieu, who have some championship swagger. They need some guys in that room who just – and the funny thing was, Tyrann Mathieu didn't win a Super Bowl before he got to Kansas City.
No.
But that dude just – like, listen, people can say whatever they want. Last year he was there, didn't work out as well, and the Clark contract like wasn't worth the stats. Those two guys were worth their weight in gold because
100%.
it changed the way that team played. They brought and added. Justin Houston was a great player.
Yeah.
But like, never really brought leadership. You know, like they had certain guys in that team over the years, great, like, you know, Frank Clark was not a Hall of Fame level player, but man, that guy.
Playoffs he might have been.
That guy brought energy for days.
Yeah.
4 days. One of my favorite interviews ever was him talking to James Palmer.
Oh, yeah.
After the AFC title game. I mean, just their attitudes. We're going to kick your ass. We're just going to kick your ass. And they don't, outside of Mahomes and Jones right now, like, who's the guy? Who you ever feel like that about?
Nobody.
And the coaches included. Like,
yeah.
The enemy always felt like he was this close to killing somebody. This team, like, I feel like somebody could walk off the field and hit Matt Nagy over the head with his helmet, and Nagy be like, oh, I'm sorry I got my head in your way. Sorry about that. It's on me. We'll do better next time.
Tick off.
Like, I don't know. I think even about the Super Bowl against the Niners, man, like Kelsey almost fought Andy Reid on the sideline.
Yeah, he did. People about to lose their goddamn minds over that, too.
This team is just.
They got no dogs. And it's clear.
They have two. They
have two dogs.
That's it, man. That's it on a team of 53 guys. Like, it's just like, all right, like, it's the reason your team sucks.
Yeah.
There's no juice. The coaching staff is complacent as hell. Like, I don't put Spags in that boat because I feel like he's doing the best he can with a very limited deck. But, like, the rest of these guys, like, Spags doesn't get away with his personnel usage. His
personnel usage has been pretty bad, but schematically, at least he makes up for it.
Schematically, he's still excellent. They just have no pass rush. Like,
right.
But my God, man, like, the rest of these guys, it's like they're in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
It's painful.
It really is. Hungry dogs run faster, and they don't got any of them. We'll see if they can get some hungry dogs on this team. Matt, I kind of had a feeling that this Chiefs-Texans game wasn't going to go very well on actually Thursday night when I watched the vaunted Cowboys defense that we thought was so good because they didn't allow the Chiefs to do anything on offense. Allow 44 points to the Detroit Lions. And that's when I had said, oh, no, this isn't going to go very well for the Chiefs, which the Chiefs then eventually added 10 points against the Texans. That's kind of when I first had the idea. Other games around the National Football League. Let's start talking about the Chiefs for a little bit, as it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good Sunday football, truthfully. From top to bottom, you had an entertaining game with Cincinnati and Buffalo. That game was in the snow. I always love good snow football. We need to get rid of all this dome talk in Kansas City. We need snow football. Don't add a dome. And then, obviously, a big game for Chiefs' importance was Colts Jaguars, and Daniel Jones goes in that one. It doesn't become as close of a game it could have been. And Steelers Ravens was also in the noon window. Some bangers in the noon window, Matt. What were your thoughts on any of those?
I got to tell you, I'm so cooked mentally, man.
Yes, I get it, dude. We just had to watch the Chiefs play football, so I understand. And it's also 2:15 in the morning when we're recording this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my thoughts in the morning slate or the after, whatever the fuck it was, the early window. I mean, the Ravens suck as bad as the Chiefs. So you got that.
Yeah.
They stink, man.
Isaiah Likely is really bad.
I watched that whole game. They stink. I got to tell you, you want to feel good about the Chiefs? Watch the Ravens. Oh, my God. They're brutal. They need even more of an overhaul than the Chiefs.
They really do. Yeah.
They're bad, man. The Bills beat the Bengals. The Bills still showed why, though. They're going to end up getting killed by somebody in a playoff game because the Bengals have like 3 good players, and we're just sunning them up and down the field for 3.5 quarters, and then Burrow decided to throw a pick 6, and that was it. But like, they won, fine, whatever. The Colts, I mean, their season's over.
Yep.
Don't cause Achilles. They are not going to win another game.
The Colts are in a super tough spot because they obviously just lost Daniel Jones, and they're
screwed.
Yeah, they don't have a first-round pick this year. Oh, and next year.
I don't know what they do. Like, do they tag him? Like, I don't.
Man,
$46 million.
You got to go sign Daniel or Mac Jones. I mean,
like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know. So that was the early slate. The afternoon slate. It was very nice for Caleb Williams to just not play football for about 2.5 quarters, and then decide to play, and then throw a pick that loses in the game because he
just a horrible pick. Yeah,
it was awful. Like, bro, throw it to the back of the end zone. Holy hell, it's wide open. Like, yeah, he stinks.
So the Raiders are really bad.
Covered though. Big cover.
Legitimately, one of the funniest things that's ever happened. I think I was like, I wasn't aware of the line, right? I was like, well, I don't give a fuck about Raiders Broncos line. I don't care that it's illegal. Yeah, I was like, I don't care that it's illegal in Missouri. I'm not even going to look at a Raiders Broncos line. The fact though that they were kicking the field goal, I was like, why the fuck are you? It doesn't matter. You're down.
I'll tell you why. Because Carroll had the over, and he had them covering.
He's like, I gotta get this one. Do you see Dave Portnoy did a video about how the NFL needs to like investigate it? The FBI needs to get probably tagging Cash Patel.
If Dave Portnoy does anything, I'm not watching it.
That's
so yeah, I skipped that one.
He's like crashing out in this video about how this is the most ridiculous, blatantly obvious stuff that's going on.
Let it happen.
Yeah. I was kind of taken aback.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the AFC is a complete dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
I literally don't think there's one good team. Maybe New England.
Yeah, but New England's played the MAC all year, so like, are they even good? Is the AFC the WAC?
Like the Texans? Are the Texans the best team in the conference? Like, maybe. The NFC's a unit at this point.
My favorite stat was that when the game kicked off for, I believe it was when the Bears and Packers game kicked off, the Bears were the number 1 seed in the NFC, and by the end of the night, they were the 7 seed in the NFC.
Tough day. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, listen, I think it's a year where everything's wide open.
Holy shit!
And it's a year where, I think whoever comes out of the NFC is going to absolutely annihilate whoever comes out of the AFC. And I think it's pretty much where we are.
The entire NFC South has a negative point differential. It's not even close. The Bucs have a minus 26 point differential. They're like the lowest.
The Buccaneers are a disgrace.
They are. It's so unfortunate that Baker Mayfield is being held together by super glue and gum, and they have had every injury under the sun, and they are technically still leading that division. They're 7-6. That's just tough.
The disaster of a sport right now.
They would right now host a playoff game at 7.
I mean, I hope you're ready for Pittsburgh Buffalo, because that's coming as the 4-5.
How funny would it be if Aaron Rodgers is just like, oh yeah, I remember now. Beats Buffalo. Beats Buffalo. Yeah, no, he's pretty cooked.
They are awful. They
are really bad, and the way that the fact that they beat the Ravens makes it that much funnier.
Oh my god,
because they are such a cooked football team.
Watching that game, I'm like, how in the world is Pittsburgh winning this game? And those are because Baltimore's involved.
Yeah,
like I gotta tell you, there's a guy. You want to talk about firing a coach? That dude's it right now, man. Like.
Harbaugh?
Yeah, I mean, how much
I don't know if you're talking about Harbaugh or Tomlin, truthfully, because they're both.
Tomlin deserves it. But I mean, Tomlin, I think there needs to be a conversation. Although I would also argue, like, can you ever get this guy a quarterback? Like, ever?
It's a good point.
Whereas, like, what the hell is Harbaugh's excuse? Every year I got to listen to everybody on ESPN scream at me that Baltimore's got the best roster ever assembled.
Yeah.
And then they lose, and everybody's like, well, I mean, what is Lamar supposed to do? It's like, well, I don't win a game, maybe. Try that.
Yeah. That's a good strategy. Wow. Oh my gosh. I went to look it up because I was I knew you were talking about Harbaugh, but the fact that since Ben Roethlisberger left, his quarterbacks have been, to get a start for him, Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers. Those have been the quarterbacks to start for Mike Tomlin since Ben Roethlisberger left. That's insane.
Brutal.
Oh, Duck Hodges. I forgot about Duck Hodges in there.
Also cut him out of there.
Yeah. Gotta make sure. Yeah, but the Ravens situation is brutal, especially when you look at all like the stats of like, hey, he hasn't been very good in one-score games, and like those are kind of important to win. It's tough.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope that podcast made you guys feel better. I don't know if I feel any better, Matt.
I'm going to sit down at 2:22 in the morning, and I'm going to get some Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, and I'm going to turn on the TV, and I'm watching something that makes me laugh. And if it doesn't make me laugh, I'm taking the TV and I'm throwing it right off the fucking roof.
That's going to do it for that football show. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the very end of the podcast. Hopefully we're in better spirits by the time Thursday rolls around, if I can say my R's. Who's the Thursday night football game this week, Matt? Let me look it up real quick.
I honestly don't even know. The hell is it? Oh, Christ. Just some abject bullshit.
Yeah, how do you feel about Falcons and Bucks?
I can't believe I'm sure I'm going to be forced to cover that game. And I might go on strike just to demand like double my salary for that game.
Yeah, I think you got to talk to the union about that one.
Kirk Cousins against like whatever the hell's left out of Baker Mayfield. Great.
Dude, him or Kyle Trask. God. That's going to do it for that football show. Thank you guys for watching, listening, supporting all the way to the end of the podcast. Appreciate all the kind words. As always, as we do here, make sure to let all the other KCSM podcasts know that we're better than them.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. From Verderame, I'm Tucker Franklin. We'll talk to you on Friday, I guess.